I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want to do that because that'll tarnish his legacy as well as my legacy.
Let's see at 46 how hard Manny works, and if he's still got it. I wouldn't completely count him out. That's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is no practice. Pac-Man is returning, and this time, he's catching attention in a manner no one predicted. Yes, the unbeaten superstar himself, Floyd Mayweather, has just been stunned after seeing
news. Look, in the boxing underground rumor mill, this had been floating around for a couple months. We just didn't know if it was going to be for real. Was Manny really going to commit to not just coming back after 4 years away, after just one fight in the last 6 years, at age 46, but to come back directly into a title fight against a young, in his prime, active champion in Mario Barrios? It's interesting theater, to say the least. It's a pay-per-view main event, reportedly for July.
Leaked video of his former foe Manny Pacquiao. And get this, Pacquiao is preparing for none other than Mario Barrios, the same Barrios who gave Keith Thurman and Gervonta Davis all they could handle. Do you believe it is 2025? No, it's 2010 all over again. And Pacquiao, he seems to want to run it back with time itself. But why is Mayweather stunned? Why does Pacquiao aim after Barrios? And how is the boxing world responding to this wild change in the welterweight storyline? Strap in. Because we're delving deep into the leaked tape, the rivalry, and the inferno it's caused. It began with a low-res video. No huge promotion, no fancy production, just a dirty, raw footage, recorded in a poorly lit gym someplace in General Santos City, Philippines. At first, it appeared like any other former champ remaining busy, but as the tape played, the tone transformed. Manny Pacquiao wasn't simply training, he was bursting with that same pace, that same footwork, that same lethal rhythm that made him a worldwide sensation. Left hand snapping, footwork so light, you could believe he was gliding, punches delivered at angles most boxers would need a GPS to follow. And at the center of it all is intensity. This wasn't casual, this wasn't nostalgia, this was war prep. Word spread like wildfire, and soon enough, it got on the desk of none other than Manny Mayweather. Now Floyd Mayweather isn't the kind to express emotion, poker face, always, but insiders close to the Mayweather camp, even those from the Money team itself, expressed it plain. He watched the footage 3 times. Then simply said, "What the heck is he doing training like that?" Let it sink in. Pacquiao's preparation stunned the guy who figured him out in 2015, and Floyd knows fighters, he knows movement, he understands intent, and what he saw, that wasn't shadowboxing for clout, that was a hungry guy prepared for battle. So what's the problem with Mario Barrios? Why is a 45-year-old Manny Pacquiao training in condition to maybe battle a prime, dangerous welterweight like Barrios? Well, here's where it gets interesting. Barrios isn't just any fighter, he's 5 feet 10 inches, powerful, athletic, and relentless. He gave Tank Davis a good test, went up to welterweight, and fought with Keith Thurman in a tight, gritty bout. The man can fight, and he's getting better. So why is Manny pursuing him? Some sources think Pacquiao's trying to shake up the division again, for real. He's had exhibition matches, certainly, but this feels strange. Barrios symbolizes a new generation, a statement. If Pacquiao can defeat him, at this age, he flips the script on retirement. He moves from Hall of Famer to active threat. But here's the twist: Barrios is tightly related to Mayweather Promotions. So for Pacquiao to even contemplate a bout with Barrios, that's not only a challenge, that's a message to Floyd. You thought I was done? Watch this. Let's discuss about Floyd's response. We all know Mayweather enjoys control. Control in the ring, control in business, control of the narrative. But this took him off surprise. Insiders claim Floyd didn't simply examine the film, he dissected it like a crime scene. He pulled in coaches, old sparring mates, even consulted with Leonard Ellerbe. Why? Because he knows what Pacquiao's capable of when he's motivated. Remember, Mayweather's one of the few who calmed the Pac-Man storm, and even then, he confessed post-fight. Manny's awkward, you can't prepare for that type of movement. So now image Floyd seeing 2025 Manny unleash 7 punch combinations on the mitts with the same fury he had in 2009. You believe he slept well that night? Doubt it. And here's where things get interesting. Sources claim Floyd phoned Barrios directly after watching the clip. Not to back out, but to warn him. Or does he told Barrios, "Don't underestimate Pacquiao, he ain't coming to dance"? That's respect. That's dread wrapped in strategy. Mayweather may not say it out loud, but his actions, they shout loud enough. Once the clip reached social media, the boxing world imploded. Fans were in amazement, fighters were in amazement, and trainers were rushing to break down the mechanics. Tim Bradley said, "That ain't no exhibition training, that's a true camp." Sean Porter replied with a grin, "I wouldn't want to fight that man, not even now." Even Errol Spence Jr., who was set to meet Pacquiao before his injury in 2021, tweeted a fire emoji with the words, "He's still got it." But the most instructive comment came from Oscar de la Hoya, who had fought both guys. He posted, "Pacquiao looks sharper than most current champions." Let it sink in. A guy pushing 46, being regarded as smarter than today's title holders. That's the Pacquiao effect. But there's one additional emotion that matters most. Yours, the fans. And from what we're seeing online, folks are pumped. Clips are being reposted like wildfire. Debates are raging on whether Pacquiao could genuinely defeat Barrios, and some are even muttering the impossible. What if he rematches Floyd? Hold that notion, we'll come back to it. To comprehend the intensity of this moment, you've to go back to where it all started. Mayweather versus Pacquiao. The struggle of a generation, years in the making, billions in the bank, and legacy defining for both. Floyd won, unanimously, but the battle was disappointing. Fans wanted conflict, they got chess. Pacquiao blamed an ailing shoulder, Floyd said he neutralized the storm. Either way, the rivalry never died. Now, a decade later, Pacquiao's not only training, he's challenging the legacy of that triumph. If he comes back and defeats a man like Barrios, who's younger, larger, and aggressive, it reopens the argument. It reads, "Yeah, Floyd beat me. Yeah, I'm still battling murderers while he's selling watches." Mayweather's brand is based on domination, but also retiring at the top. Pacquiao's rewriting the script with every blow he throws. So where do we proceed from here? Does the Barrios fight truly happen? Well, indications are pointing to yes. Barrios' team is allegedly very interested. Negotiations are discreetly begun, and Pacquiao's camp has gone quiet, which generally indicates they're grinding. If it goes down, expect it to be enormous. A cross-generational confrontation, legacy versus youth, speed versus power. And make no mistake, the instant it's revealed, Mayweather's name will be pulled into the limelight again. Because no matter what happens, this is now personal. If Pacquiao wins, the world will ask, is he better than Floyd? And if he loses, it's still a triumph for the sport. Because how many legends dare to step into the flames again? So here we are. A leaked video, a horrified legend, and a turnaround tale nobody anticipated. Manny Pacquiao, the pride of the Philippines, is once again rocking the foundation of boxing. And Floyd Mayweather? He's watching, attentively. Because he knows better than anyone. When the Pac-Man moves, the world hears. Now let me ask you this. Would you watch Pacquiao versus Barrios? And deeper than that, do you believe Manny's return may change his legacy? Drop your opinions in the comments, smash the like button if you're eager about Pacquiao's comeback, and subscribe for more breakdowns, trauma, and deep dives into the sport of boxing. Because this is merely the beginning.